Alright guys, many of you may have been wondering, well Mrs. Lobb, when in the world are we going to actually need all of this? Well, here we are, doing lots of real world examples. Today we're just going to be using addition and subtraction. Tomorrow we'll do some multiplication and division. Then we'll be working on some mixed review. You have to decide what operation you need to even be using, okay? You will have to decide some here between addition and subtraction, and then tomorrow multiplication and division, but not as much decision, right? So, use these steps to guide you in writing equations to solve problems. I think I used algebra the most out of all the different maths that I learned because, well, I want to know, like, okay, what grade do I have to get on this final exam to get a B in this class? Or what do I need to do here to improve this or that or the other thing? So I think you'll really see that it can be very useful. So number one, you have to choose your variable. So what are you trying to find? Assign what you're trying to find to your variable, right? Then you need to write the equation. So you're going to look for key words, right? And finally, you're going to solve. Don't forget to check your answer. At least be sure it seems reasonable. So your directions are to define a variable, write an equation, and give the solution. So I apologize for lots of writing today, but real world here, folks. All right, first example. There were 16 golfers eliminated from a tournament after the first round. If, I'm not sure why I did a big F there, if there are 38 golfers remaining, how many began the tournament? So we want to know how many began the tournament, right? We want to answer the question. So that's what we want to know. So we're going to choose that variable, maybe G for golfers. And then we know 16 golfers were eliminated. Is that being added to it or taken away from? So that's being taken away from, and it's being taken away from what we want to know, right? So we would say G minus that 16 equals what? The number remaining, right? 38. So now can we find that out? Absolutely. Let's do it. G minus 16 equals 38. We have to undo subtraction, so we're going to use addition on both sides of our equal sign to solve. G is on the left, 54 is on the right. Does that make sense? 54 minus 16 equals 38? Absolutely. Alright, I'm going to go ahead, well, we can try to squeeze this one in to this page. Manny got a puppy. After a year, the puppy gained, there's a keyword, 28 pounds. And now weighs 71 pounds. How much did it weigh when Manny got him? Alright, so what do we want to know? We're trying to figure out its weight, its initial weight, really, right? Just like here, we're finding the initial number of golfers. So maybe we'll say W for weight. So after a year, the puppy gained. So what's being done? 28 pounds is being subtracted, or 28 pounds is being added? 28 pounds is being added. Good. So we're going to say the weight, initial, what we want to know, plus the 28. And now he weighs 71 pounds. So what am I going to set this equal to? 71 pounds. All right, now we need to solve. We have W plus 28 equals 71. We undo addition with subtraction, being sure to do it on both the left and the right. Whoa, careful there. So W equals, we have to borrow from the 7 because we can't take 8 from 1. 11 minus 8, though, we can do, is 3. 6 minus 2 is 4. Does it make sense that he started out as 43 pounds and grew 28 more pounds to be 71? I'd say that sounds reasonable. All right, last example for today. And guess what? We're going to use our rational ones. So there were C cups of flour in a jar. Do you see they're telling us what our variable is? If Ari uses 2 3/4 cups to make a cake, and there are 1.5 cups left, find C. Okay, well they already told us our variable was C, the cups, and not, we want to know how many cups are left. No, we want to know how many cups we started with, right? It's because there were C cups with an unknown amount. What was done to that unknown amount? Did he add 2 3/4 cups to make the cake to the jar, or did he have to take that away from the jar to make the cake? He took it away from. So if he's taking it away from it, we have C minus 2 3/4. And that should equal what was left, right? Which is 1.5 cups. So C minus 2 3/4 equals 1 1/2. So I'm going to go ahead and see what we're doing here. So I have to undo that subtraction with addition. So I'm going to add 2 3/4 to both sides. Do you see that you've been doing algebra for like years and years? You just haven't had a name to it. So I'm left with C equals, so I have 1 times 2 plus the 1 is 3/2 plus 8 11/4. Now I have to find the lowest common multiple, so it looks like 4. So I can keep my second number the same. 2 times 2 was 4, so 3 times 2 is 6. Now I'm adding the numerators and dividing now for definitely 4, which is 16, and the remainder of 1. So you started with 4 1/4 cups. Alright guys, give those a go today. Let me know how I can help.